Hello everyone, it's David. Welcome back to Republic Labs. Today we will be talking about the all-time high of Bitcoin. We will be talking about some new meta and narratives, tokens that has pumped over 300% just in a week, what's happening there, and a bit about some rumors on Monad Airdrop and Monad Mainnet and the launching of it. And so without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let's go. So the first section will be about the crypto markets. Happy all-time high, by the way, for everyone who is celebrating for Bitcoin that has hit $126,000. And even though now we have corrected down to 124K, but we are still feeling optimistic for Q4 2025 and for the end of this year and forward to 2026 as we have talked about last week. There are many points. To begin with, we can see some on-chain metrics, which are MVRV and SOPR. The difference is that MVRV is unrealized profit and loss, SOPR is realized profit and loss. And so we are looking at short-term holders here, and we might be able to see that the next transit, the next stop could be 134K coming. And then we can see that $148,000, or we can round it up to 150K, is that it's going to be a bit overheated with more people in profit, and they tend to sell more coins as they profit more. And so these are some on-chain metrics that are pretty basic, but if we're talking about 150K target for 2025, it feels about right that Bitcoin is valued $3 trillion as an alternative asset, as a digital gold. And if we're talking about 2026, maybe then we can talk about further beyond $150K. And so that can be maybe $150,000 to $200,000, that we can think about it as more overheated scenarios that might require more time. And we might be able to see some consolidation, and we might be able to see more leverage as price goes on. People will get short squeezed. And then if you're asking about where the money could come from to be able to support this kind of price movement, there are some points here to make. The first one being the gold performance. So this year and just throughout the cycle, the performance has been pretty wild, impressive, because of some macro uncertainties. Gold has outperformed Bitcoin. And then if we see if some of these institutions are rebalancing their portfolio, maybe some of the profits coming from gold can move to a beta asset in Q4, and BTC is a good fit for that. So historically speaking, we can also see that Q4 is the season where Bitcoin has outperformed gold previously. And so if we want to see any other source of liquidity coming beyond profit rotation coming from gold, is also stablecoin. And so stablecoin supply has reached all-time high of above $300 million. So that means the liquidity is still in the crypto market. It just hasn't been allocated to altcoins market yet. And then if we want to look at TradFi market, which is money market fund in the US, for the last 3 years, it has gone to shoot over $7.3 trillion. And this is because of the quantitative tightening that the Fed has done because of the COVID. And then the yield is pretty much like a risk-free yield for people to park their money, $7.3 trillion. And so as the Fed cut more rates in 2025 and in 2026, that means you will be able to see these monies moving towards alternative assets like crypto. And so we're pretty much still bullish for the Q4 2025 and for 2026. But beware of leverage, beware of some price movements, consolidations, because we need those corrections to be able to move forward into a healthy environment market. MetaDAO is actually pretty interesting because it's the first project in blockchain and crypto that is implementing Futaki. And so in our sister channel, we have made this video about almost a year ago, MetaDAO, Futaki, what it is about, and the performance has been quite impressive. Just over a year, we have been able to move 150% of upside. And then just in the week alone, it has moved for over 300%. And the reason being is that people are done with the way of ICOs been in the past, where people can rug, where founders aren't transparent, and there are just so many, sketchy and sus ways of raising money. But then with MetaDAO, it's like a new landscape for ICO. And what MetaDAO has been able to do is that it is a new governance platform, which is Futaki, but it's also innovative in a way that when projects fundraise and do ICOs here, they call it unruggable, and it helps to filter, the long-term founders, but mostly these are some early stage projects that are wanting to focus on community, and they are really aligned. And in MetaDAO, founders can do fair launches and unruggable ICOs, as I said, and even when you want to unlock certain tokens for insiders, they have to perform depending on certain metrics and parameters. And so this is of course not going to be for every single project on chain in crypto to launch on MetaDAO, but the ecosystem itself is pretty good for you to be able to find who are some long-term founders and aligned communities that are willing to use this. We have certain articles and other contents if you want to explore more. And also, if you want to explore on the ecosystem, there are many upcoming ones. Umbra, which is privacy project in Solana, has just done their ICO yesterday. And then if you already know what MetaDAO is, Futaki is, and you have seen how Umbra perform, then you can explore, because upcoming ones also, Kairos, which is a liquid risk taking protocol on Solana, are talking about Futaki, and they are looking to do some TGE as well. And so please do your own research and explore on the ecosystem itself, but we feel that MetaDAO itself is innovative, and there is a reason why we have been talking about this over a year in Republic. Monad, some rumors about airdrops and mainnet launching. We can see in Kaito, pre-TGE arena, is that Monad has been top of the mindshare. It's always been number one over the last year and recently as well, because if you see on its official Twitter account, they have tweeted the airdrop claim is loading to 51%. This was just, a few days ago on October 2nd. But then yesterday, the loading bar has progressed to 80%. And so people are thinking that maybe because the airdrop claim is happening this month, then we can assume that the mainnet and TGE and everything else is going to happen this month as well. The team has confirmed that it's going to be the quarter of, the fourth quarter of 2025. But then there are some more rumors and speculations because of a mysterious list that they do, 1,000 people on the airdrop list, and then a priori as well, a place where you can do LSD on Monad is also saying that they will launch this month. And so for you to be able to be looking at the speculation, we advise that you only follow official channels of Monad itself. Please beware that some people are about to abuse and misuse this momentum to do some gimmicks or even just farm engagement. So please beware that before you interact with anything, that it is coming from the official account. Is it going to be October? Who knows? Let's see. DeFi Llama is an on-chain dashboard for data, and they have delisted Asta because of an investigation that they've done in regards of their on-chain activities. They think that it might be sus, it might be wash trading, because the volume in Asta looks not real, and the manipulation in this data is against the ethos of DeFi Llama itself as a platform. They are, into and for transparency, and they don't like this, so that's why they have delisted Asta from the platform. But then they hope to relist as soon as possible, as long as they have removed all the wash trading volumes and they can make sure that people aren't consuming manipulated data. Unfortunately, many KOLs and influencers of Aster are like criticizing DeFi Llama, saying that maybe alternatively you can just use Dune, but not knowing that Dune is actually pulling API from DeFi Llama itself. And so let's see how it goes. Lastly, about crypto wallets, Coinbase has partnered with Samsung to offer crypto access via the Samsung wallet, but this partnership is for American citizens. Phantom has launched Cash. This is a stable coin and it uses fiat on-ramp, off-ramp to transfer monies around and to tap when you want to pay on Visa merchants. And there are many more that you can do with this. But if you want to join the waitlist, you can do so on their website. MetaMask is also launching a points program, and the points are going to be awarded for actions such as swaps and bridging, and points would also redeemable for token rewards, for some referrals, incentives, maybe some exclusive partners that they do, because as we can see from the official Twitter, they are saying that the first season is going to be distributing $30 million of Linea token, which is their L2, the rollup that is being built by Consensus as well. And so those are some main things that we wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, please comment below and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any further Republic Labs videos. See you on the next episode. Cheers.